Okay, beta. So today we are going to learn about the polymers and polymerization. So first of all, we have to define it. What is the definition? We can say when n number of monomers are combined to produce a large chain molecule with or or without loss of any mass. The molecule form is called as polymer. So we can say is called as polymerization. It's called as what? Polymerization. And the resulting large chain molecule is called as polymer. Got it? So ये तो क्या थी definition थी. Now we can say that we mentioned few different words जो कि हमने अभी तक नहीं सुने. So we have to recall all of those. What we learned or what we discussed that what is monomer, what is n number. So you have to say monomer mean simple molecules. Monomer stand for simple molecule, or we can even say a smaller molecule, where n indicates what? Unknown numbers. Unknown numbers. Mean we can say it may be 1000, it may be 10,000, or more than that. Right? So when so many numbers, so many unknown numbers are combining with each other, and as a result, they will produce a large chain molecule that may be formed by losing some mass or by not losing some mass. As a result, the large chain molecule is called as polymer, and this whole process is called as what? Polymerization. You understand that? Okay, Bachcho. So as we mentioned here, where it may be formed with loss of some mass or without loss of some mass. So we are actually mentioning that the polymers are of two types. The polymers are of two types. One is called as addition polymer. One is called as addition polymers, and the process addition polymerization and addition polymerization. So even now we can say that polymerization. The polymers are called as addition polymers, and that process is called as addition polymerization, through which the addition polymers are formed. The second type, it may be, we can say this is condensation polymers. Condensation polymers. And this whole process of making condensation polymers, synthesizing or formation of the condensation polymers is called as condensation polymerization. Condensation polymerization. So now we are going in detail. So first of all, we are going to discuss what? Addition polymerization and addition polymers. Addition polymers. What are addition polymers? We have to define it again once more, but according to or in terms of the addition polymers. How it could be? We can say when n number of alkene monomers, when n number of alkene monomers. So now I am specifying what I mentioned here. Only alkene monomers are combining. Alkene means all those hydrocarbons which contains carbon to carbon double covalent bond, minimum one. Okay. So when n number of the alkene monomers are combined to produce a large chain molecule, a large chain molecule without loss of any mass, without loss of any mass is called as, this is called as what? Addition polymer, sorry, polymerization. Polymerization. And the resulting polymer will be called as addition polymer. Addition polymer. So I'm going to define it again. You have to understand it. When we are combining many but alkene monomers with each other, as a result we got a large chain molecule without loss of any mass. That will be termed as addition polymerization. And this phenomenon or this process is called as, well, so this process is called as addition polymerization. So now, first of all, we are going to learn how to name, how to get the name of addition polymer. Like we mentioned here, simply we need what? We need alkene monomers. Monomer means simple molecule of alkene. And we are combining those under some special condition or under some specific condition. We need some specific condition. But here in IGCSE or in O level, we don't need to mention those conditions. So just we are mentioning we have many alkenes. Those are combining with each other under some special or specific conditions and producing word. We have to mention poly word. Then you have to use a simple bracket and then repeat the same thing which you have as a monomer. Like in this case, we got what? Polyalkene. Now remember, as we are talking in the definition that we need what? N number of the alkenes. Mean very or unknown numbers of alkenes are combined. And here the word poly indicates what? Many. So here we can say many monomers are combined and given us a large chain molecule that is called as addition polymer. As there is no extra product formed, that is why we are saying there is no loss of mass. Only they are getting up or they are adding up to give us a large chain molecule. There is no loss at all. Again, if I am going to mention any specific example from alkene, so we can say the simplest molecule that belongs to alkene homologous series is ethene. Got it? So we are going to combine unknown numbers of or many numbers of ethene with each other under some special conditions, under some specific conditions. As a result, we get polyethene. How to get the name? By adding the word poly and in bracket using the same monomer that we are combining with each other. Got it? Or this is a specific polymer got some special name which is called as polythene. And here you also have to remember the use of this polythene. Polythene we use in making polythene bags, shopping bags, or thin films, coating films, or wrapping films. और जो हम क्या use करते हैं बेटा? In our daily life we are using the wrapping paper, but that one that is made of plastic, not of the paper. Got it? So wrapping sheets even we can say that. So polythene is actually used in making polythene bags. Got it? For example, we are going to mention another example that is chloroethene. Chloroethene. As here we have E and E, indicating we have carbon to carbon double bond. It is alkene homologous series. So its unknown numbers or many numbers can combine, and as a result, we can get what? We have to write the word poly, then we have to place a bracket, then we have to write the same monomer name, that is chloroethene. Now you have to remember that chloroethene has some common name. The common name of chloroethene is vinyl chloride. Vinyl chloride. So when these combine, we will get what? Polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chlorides. In short, we can say PVC. And you know that PVC is used in making water pipes. Alright? So long pipes we are using in our daily life that is made up of PVC. You got it or not? Okay, beta. Now proceeding, the next stage or the next situation that we have to discuss is first we learn how to get the name. Now we are learning how to get the polymer from the monomer. Getting or writing polymer from monomer. Got it? So how to do this? You have to write the displayed formula of any alkene. Like the simplest alkene we have is ethene, as we discussed its name in the previous page. Now we are taking unknown numbers of this one. When they combine under some specific condition, so what happens? What you have to do, you have to break or convert the double bond into single bond. Convert the double bond into single bond. Then place these diagonal position bonds to straight up and straight down positions. Now we have to the right side of the carbon two hydrogens, so you have to place both of them accordingly. To the left side carbon, we also have hydrogens, we have to place them accordingly. Then we have to extend the rest of the bonds in this way. Then you have to place a square bracket or a curly bracket. It's your situation, or if you want, you can place the curly brackets as well. Then place outside of the bracket end. So this indicates that this polymer and this one, so this is monomer and this is the chemical unit of that, and is repeating n number, yes, multiple number of the time, like you can say unknown number of the time. And as a result, we are getting a large chain molecule. So this one is called as addition polymer. So you have to recall, so you have to remember, whenever you got this type of a situation, this is always addition polymerization. Another example, if we have another monomer like we discussed, if we have to the one side of the double bond chlorine and all are the same hydrogen, so this is chloroethene. This is what? This is chloroethene. This is
what usually is
chloro. No. high temperature pressure, and any specific catalyst we may use. But as these are not required in IGCSE level, so we just have to mention we need some specific condition to combine all of the monomers into a large chain molecule that will be later on called as polymer. So when we are going to take these n numbers, combining under some specific condition, what will happen? You have to remember. But so you have to remember this main point, what it is. You have to convert the double bond into single bond. The diagonal position bond, you have to place them straight up, straight down. And accordingly, as they were connected to the carbon atom in the monomer. Like we can say, to the right side of the carbon, we have to the upside chlorine and to the downside we have hydrogen. And to the right side of the carbon, we have both hydrogen connected. Now you have to extend the remaining bond, place a bracket, and then place an outside of the bracket. So you will get what? The polymer. So hopefully you understand that. Now this time I'm going to take some complex example of the alkene. Like even we can say this is a simple or little bit complex situation, and here we are getting. So this is again a monomer. So how to combine? How to get the polymer? So what we have to do? Yes, break the double bond, convert it into a single bond, place the diagonal position bond straight up, straight down, and place all the bonds as they were connected previously. So we can say to the right side of the carbon, to the upper side we have C double bond, O bond, CH3, and to the lower side we have C6, H5. To the right side carbon, upper side we have H, and to the lower side we have Cl. Then you have to extend and you have to break the bracket. Sorry, place the bracket. Yes. So it's very easy. So we no need to name it as this is beyond the syllabus capacity of the IGCSE. So naming is not required in this case. In this case, we just required how we can convert the monomer into polymer. You got that? Okay, bacho. Now proceeding, and the third stage we are going to learn how to write the monomer from the polymer. How to write the monomer from polymer. Here you have two different or two specific or two defined targets. First of all, your target is to identify what type of the polymer it is. Once you get that, what type of the polymer it is, you can easily convert it into the monomer. From it is made. From where it is made. Or from which molecule it is formed. Like for example, I'm giving you example of the polymer like this. Okay, so first challenge of yours is to identify what type of the polymer it is. Give it up. Can you say what type of the polymer it is? Only type, like it is addition polymer or it is condensation polymer. As so far we learned only the addition polymer, so we can easily say this is addition polymer. Got it? So how to convert or how to get the monomer from which this polymer is formed? So simply you have to select the both carbon atoms that are inside the bracket and to which the other bonds are connected. And then you have to place the double bond. When you place the double bond, draw the two bonds or the remaining two bonds of the carbon at the diagonal position. And now attach all those atoms accordingly as they were connected previously. Like in this situation, we can say to the right carbon atom, to the upper side we have CH3. Here we have to place CH3. And to the lower side we have H. To the left side of the carbon, we have hydrogen to the upper side, and to the lower side we have CH3. So you get what? The polymer. Sorry, monomer. You get what? The monomer. Like I'm doing one more example. Here, if we have this type of the situation, like here we have C2H5 Cl, here we have H and H. So again, your first challenge is to identify either it is a polymer, addition polymer or not. So we can say that this is addition polymer. So what we have to do, you have to select the both carbon atom and place the double bond between them that are inside the bracket and are combining to other things. Okay, now place the remaining bonds in the diagonal position of each carbon atom and then place all the other groups and atoms accordingly as they were previously connected to these carbon atoms. So to the right side of the carbon, upper side we have chlorine and to the lower side we have H. Left side of the carbon we have C2H5 and to the lower side we have H. So this is the monomer. Fourth situation which we have to say, writing the repeat units. Writing the repeat units. Okay, writing the repeat units from monomer or from polymer. So we can have the same situation for both. Like for example, what we have to do here, what we have to do, simply if we have the monomer first, so what's the monomer? I'm writing here double bond. Here we have fluorine. Here we have H. Here we have CH3, and here we have H. So you have to convert it into the polymer like that way. Like here, first of all, we have to convert the double bond into single bond and place all the other bonds to the diagonal position instead of diagonal position to the straight up down position. Here we have CH3, here we have F, here we have H, and here we have HS. So now this is the what? This is simple one unit. This is called as what? One unit. So now you have to repeat as many times it was or it were directed by the examiner. Like if examiner say write only one repeat unit, so this is the one unit. Got it? And if examiner says write the two units, then we have to place another unit. Like here, similar way we have CH3, we have F, we have H, and we have H. So I clearly repeated this one twice. And if it was directed to write three repeat units, we have to repeat it thrice. Then do not combine or do not place hydrogen to this end. Just extend this line and extend this line. No, when this is directed, when it is directed to write the repeat unit, then it is not necessary to place the bracket and write the end. As it is directly mentioned, we have to write the repeat unit, specify the repeat units. So these are the two repeat units, that's it. Got it? So final stage we are going to learn writing the monomer, writing the monomer from part of a polymer chain. If we got a polymer chain, like for example, I'm writing or drawing a polymer chain and its part, I'm placing the bonds. Here we have to say so what we have to do when we got this is the part of a polymer chain and it was directed right down what the monomer or the polymer from this part of the polymer chain. What we have to do? Select any two adjacent carbon atoms. Select any two adjacent carbon atoms. So these are two adjacent carbon atoms. Or if we are going to select these one, so these are two adjacent carbon atoms. So you have to choose what? Two adjacent carbon atoms from the circle or from the box. So these are the adjacent carbon atoms. So I'm placing both. Then place the double bond between those two carbon atoms. If I am writing or considering first two carbon atoms are the adjacent and I choose them, place the double bond, then you have to draw the diagonal position bonds accordingly. Now place all the other groups and atoms as they are or as they were bonded previously. So we can see to the left side of the carbon we have CH3, and to the lower side we have H. To the right side of the carbon we have chlorine, and to the lower side we have H. If we choose that the second and third adjacent carbon atom, what will be that case? So we have to place both bonds, then we have to place the double bond between them, place all the other bonds at diagonal position, and place all the stuff as they were previously connected. So we can see to the right side of the carbon atom we have CH3, to the lower side we have H, to the left side of the carbon atom we have Cl and 2. So these two molecules are exactly the same, only the orientation is different. Only the orientation is different. So this is all about what? The addition polymerization. So the addition polymerization is over. Inshallah, we will learn about the condensation polymer in the next video. Okay? So, in addition to that, you must have to remember and recall some uses of the addition polymerization. Okay, and as well as you have to understand what is the advantages and what are the disadvantages of the addition polymerization. So very simple.